Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob and today I shall be attempting to take this K-22 Dodge Dragster from shabby to shiny. Kinda shiny. It's from 1971 and it's the larger scale models, and it's the first larger scale model that I've ever attempted, and this one is in poor shape. The bodywork has seen some massive corrosion, and yeah, I can't get all of this one out actually, but we'll start by drilling down the centre of the rivets, remove those flanges and tap the holes. 2 holes on this car. Remember to lubricate the end of your piece, you do not want to snap that. And whilst using my very handy vise, here is the car in question. So we'll just put that to one side because it is quite a large piece. So this is what they call the Matchbox SpeedKings. Nice opening doors on this one, but you can tell there that the paint, and I'm not just saying the paint is bad, but it's gone through. It's almost like it's, well, some massive corrosion. I'll try and get most of it off, but to be honest, yeah, this one's not going to be perfect. The engine in there looks great. I've pre-drilled this one, but let's pop off the base to see what we're playing with. And it's on there good and proper. Like I say, I've never dealt with one of these before, these larger scales, so I didn't know what to expect when taking this apart. Ultimately, it's just a larger version of the smaller cars. There's nothing kind of too crazy, there's nothing too different with these. You'll see probably in that initial shot really of the turny roundy thing that yeah, it was quite a task just to get it all in on video. But yeah, very dirty interior, and it looks like the passenger has soiled themselves. This is a Dragster. This is it doesn't need a tow hook. Now half of it's gone already, but we'll take the rest of it off. Thankfully the interior was in good condition. The glass rather, and I'll just give that a little polish up later on. And the engine piece, it should have 2 clips. One side's broken, but it's not a problem. The other side's fine, and I can pop that off. Now the doors are in like a retaining piece which has 2 further rivets, and I'm not going to remove those today. I'm going to paint it with it in position. And you probably just heard the ice cream van drive past. So that is how an ice cream van sounds in the UK. To my children, I tell them, if you can hear the ice cream van music, that means they've run out of ice cream. To be honest, I'd give my children anything that they want, especially at the moment. My son, my oldest son, has just recently broken his arm and he's in and out of hospital at the moment. So yeah, we're in a bit of a mess. I should be on holiday as well, but there we go. But anyway, back to the casting. We'll get this into some boiling water in my foot-long hot dog jar. And having the foot-long version is obviously very beneficial with this size casting. You couldn't put this in on, you know, a small little pickle jar or anything like that. So yeah, this almost still bubbles over the top, and it's probably only half filled with water. But I'll put in a good couple of tablespoons because of the extra volume of water, just for it to do its magic. And knowing this was going to take a little longer than usual, I think my fault behind that was just that the kind of volume of water to caustic soda ratio. You can see it really bubbling away there, and actually it didn't take too long. But I did put it to one side just to cool off, and very gingerly put it to one side because it was quite heavy. You know, it had, you know, a good probably pint of water in there, half a litre. But whilst that's doing its thing, we'll start to clean up the plastics, and the windscreen there, I think you'll agree, looks pretty good, but a dip in the Pledge Revive It floor polish will really make that sing. And as you can see, looking good. And the wheels, now I'm not going to be replacing these wheels. Main reason is I don't have anything this kind of size. You know, all the aftermarket wheels that I have are all like 1/64 size, so these will have to go back on. But a nice little refresher with some chrome paint makes all the difference. And you need a kind of steady hand for this. And if the paint does fall into the gaps, I just pick it out with a toothpick later on after it's dried. So it's really not too bad. So there's a before and after. And then the bottom of the casting here, it's not in bad condition. You can see what it reads there. Matchbox SpeedKings K-22 Dodge Dragster, made in England 1971. I like the detail around the front here, that grille and those headlights. Nothing really around the back. Not that it's focusing, there we are. But I'm going to be using Ella's tool now with, well actually, these little spiky things are getting everywhere. So what I've done is I've bought these. It's in Chinese, can't read that. But they're, I don't really know what they were called, to be honest. But they're coarse, and my thought process was that instead of having all these little pins that get everywhere, and I mean they get everywhere, this would be much cleaner and safer going forward. So I'm just going to switch this out. And there's different colours for different grades, I guess. They're all pretty coarse, to be fair, so I don't really think it makes too much of a difference. And then I'm going to give you a little sample, and now, to be fair, it did pretty well, but that just got absolutely everywhere. It just kind of like almost like turned into fine fibres, and it covered everything everywhere. So I don't know, maybe I need another solution. But this is the casting. As you can see, now it's got this I guess corrosion in there, and you can see that I have polished it up. It's not perfect. It's far from perfect, to be fair, but I'm not going to get this perfect. I think the casting was so poor to start with. You know, this is as good as it's going to get. And bearing in mind, this is probably, you know, being a dragster, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's going to have some dings and chips and, you know, road rash and stuff like that. You know, it's all about the engine in this, or the motor, as my American viewers would say. But it looks okay. You know, it's not that it's terrible. It looks okay. And of course, the colour I'm going to paint it means that this white, scared, stained interior is not going to cut it. So I'm going to paint it now with the black Vallejo paint, which dries in like a satin finish. And I noticed that Keith, within the last couple of weeks, mentioned of my pronunciation of Vallejo. He nearly got it right. Obviously, people call it Vallejo paints, or Vallejo, or Vallejo, or Vallejo, or, you know, there's so many different kind of pronunciations of it. The correct pronunciation. So in Spain, the V is pronounced more with a B sound. So B for ball. The L is an L, but if it's a double L, then it's more of a Y, or like a Y. And then the yo, the Y, is more of an H, like a H. But they've got a bit of spit behind it. So instead of val, it's ba, and instead of l, it's y, and instead of yo, it's ho. So vallejo. So there you go. Valio or vallejo. I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier to say valio though, isn't it? So anyway. Now, unfortunately, what I wanted to buy was matte black in my pound shop because of this large scale. I thought, I'll buy the pound shop black, and I've bought a few of the paints recently from the pound shop. I guess you guys in America have got dollar stores, but I've got some primer, I've got some colours, I've got some lacquer as well, and I thought, yeah, this will look quite good, in the black, matte black. It kind of reminded me of like a movie car. Yes, but I picked up gloss black, and it was going on okay, to be fair. It weren't the colour I wanted, but it was going on okay. You could probably see in the roof line there, where it's almost like this casting is joined together in the middle. So I'm just trying to pick up a few areas that I've missed. And what I was considering to do was spray on a satin varnish to take the shine off. But I don't know why I was finding tiny little air bubbles in the finished paint, and it was really annoying. So I actually repainted it in that same vallejo straight over the top, which I was quite happy with in the end. So there's just a little reminder of the base there. You can see that I painted in the details of the grille and the headlights, and this is the vallejo. It's quite, and the doors there are all okay. They're certainly open and close. Painted in rear tail lights. You got the glass that I just whipped through, and then the interior's fine. Looks like there's a tiny little bit of white down there. Somehow must have took a little nick. See it there? So I'm just going to grab my touch-up pen. Not that you can see it in the car, but I've put in quite a lot of time and effort. To be fair, this casting I'm now putting together probably 3 days after I started it. Like I say, this was not my intention. I've been in and out of hospital the last few days, and I'm still waiting for surgery for my son, so I'm a little bit kind of I don't know, away with the fairies at the moment, but I still want to put this content out for you guys. So anyway, a little reminder of the picture of what we started with, and this is the result. This is one badass dragster. Yeah, that satin matte finish. This is what I wanted to start with. Really happy with that. Nice bit of shine on the bumpers. You can see the tail lights there. The bodywork itself is not in the best condition, but it's as best as I could do in the time frame that I had. But yeah, I'd like to take this up the drag strip. This is a 10-second car. But anyway, I just want to thank my patrons, and thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.